Good evening, welcome to the first race of the evening. This is Velocity Racing League's HQ Holden Development Series. And we're here at Pukekohe Park. We're going to have the V8 supercars on later tonight. We're in qualifying right now, 6 minutes to go. And this is a series that's been seen quite a bit of action over the last 2 weeks that we've been running it. Jaden Glusky is currently top of the timesheets. There goes Mike Casey across the line. Ronald Williams is in third. And then Tim and Bramley. As he comes down through the final corner and across the line, where will he end up? He goes pole position, there you are, so by about a tenth of a second. So I'll quickly take you through the championship standings right now. So as they stand, it is Mike Casey in the lead on 90 points. He's currently sitting third in this session. Jaden Glusky and then Ben Simpson. Ben Simpson isn't here tonight, interestingly, so he's going to lose that third position, you'd think. Ronald Williams, 63 points in fourth, and then it's Nick Goonan, Justin Oates, David Mason, Muddy Plesk, and Craig Mealy and Jared Kelly. That's your top 10 in the championship right now. We've got 9 drivers here tonight, so a bit of a smaller field, but I'm sure it'll still produce plenty of action. I'll get rid of my name off the bottom there. Ronald Williams has gone purple sector 2. He comes across the line. Where will he go? Second position. Can't quite knock off Bramley off the top. Justin Oates has done purple sector 1. We'll go on board with him as we come down to this hairpin. This is the only New Zealand round, and it's also the one of 3 rounds that supports the V8 supercars. So next weekend we're at Wakefield as a standalone round, and then we go to Newcastle to support the V8s, and then there's 3 more standalone rounds, and then Bathurst to finish it off. So it's funny how much you can fit into a season when you do it weekly. But coming across the line, we're on board with Justin Oates. Now his lap time is still counting, interestingly, and he's overcooked it down into the chicane at turn 1 and 2 far too quick and spun out. Oh, needs to be careful with other cars trying to get past there. 3 minutes to go in the session. I'll bring up the chat, see if you guys have been saying anything. Probably not. Say hello in the chat if you're there. We're watching Ronald Williams, who's just gone pole position on a 124.1. We'll set the grid for the first race, but not for the second. The second one is a reverse grid based on results of the first. Here comes Jaden Glusky, and we'll stay on board with him. We'll go for a lap around Pukekohe Park in a HQ Holden. So with 2 minutes to go. You slowly gain speed in one of these over this section. It's just you're always on edge in a V8 supercar over that section. Less so here, but it's still very easy to well, in some of these fast corners, I imagine it could be easier to overdrive the car. So he's at the edge of grip at turn 1 there. Leaps over the curbs. Nice wide and open first chicane. It's a very fast track, this one. It's not too dissimilar from Sandown from 2 weeks ago. Give you a bit of extra sound. Hear that engine go. There was a car off the side there, that was Goonan. Bramley's gone to the top once more. And we'll stay on board with Glusky as he comes down to this hairpin. A fair bit of traffic in front for him. Final corner. That car in front is Craig Mealy. Sticks the ice cold ice creameries there, and Glusky remains in third position, stops the car and will go straight back to the pit lane. So there is 28 seconds. He won't get out for another lap. Let's see who's on track. Here's one of them, Justin Oates, who had a pretty decent round last time. Currently on a 5-minute lap time, apparently. I don't think that's right. Just a guess. Time has expired now in this qualifying session, and then we'll get on to the first race after this. Now, he grabbed a little bit of grass there down at the chicane that's fairly recently been added, and grabbed a little bit at the exit as well, so he's just cruising and revving it out in first gear. Well, Jared Kelly is a fair way down on this time. Nick Goonan is on an outlap. Cale Diggs has just spun off. That's down at the chicane. At turn number 5. Try and get going again. And away he goes. But it's the end of his qualifying session as well. I think this will be the grid for race 1. So Bramley, Williams, Glusky, Casey, Oates, Kelly, Goonan, Diggs and Mealy. That is the 9-car field for tonight's 2 races, both 12 laps in length, and we should hopefully be finished by about 7 o'clock. I think he's fine. Here comes Cale Diggs across the line, and I think he's the last car out. Glusky's still... No, I think we're all done. So that is the end of the qualifying session. As I said before, Bramley, Williams, Glusky, Casey, Oates, Kelly, Goonan, Diggs and Mealy. And you can see the times on the board there, apart from Glusky's, who is fairly close to the front, actually. Let's have a look at the gaps, and you can see 4 hundredths of a second between Bramley and Williams. And Glusky not too far behind either, and then Casey. And then there's a fair bit of a gap between Oates and then to Kelly. 3 thousandths of a second separate those two. But they've still got to find 8 tenths to the next car. So there's going to be some gaps that'll build up over this race, I think, and it'll be a tale of 2 halves of the field. The race is going to get underway in about 4 minutes' time, I think. So that'll be race 1, and then... Yeah, screen's fading to black now. There you are. Welcome back to Pukekohe Park in, well, near Auckland, New Zealand, for the HQ Holdens Development Series, the lead-in event tonight to the V8 Supercars Championship. We've got about a minute and a half before race 1 gets underway. I'll pull up my live timing so I know what I'm talking about. So Tim and Bramley is on pole position. You can see him there to the right of screen, I believe. Yeah, right of screen. So the leader obviously gets the outside here at, well, the pole position gets the outside here at Pukekohe. It's an outside for a very long first corner, right-hander, and then you get stuck on the outside through turn number 3 and 4 as well. It's the cleaner side of the grid, but it seems kind of, yeah, that's probably why the pole position is there, because it's the cleaner side of the grid. But anyway, about to get underway, and thank goodness for that. Bramley on pole, then Williams alongside Glusky and Casey, Oates, Kelly, Goonan, Diggs, Mealy. That is the grid. Lights are going to be coming on in just a second, and here they are now. There we are. Perfect timing as always. And we're away. Seems like a pretty clean start, all in all. And the better jump has been given to Tim and Bramley, who is streaking away out in front, with Williams slotting in behind. Glusky wants to try and get into third position, but he's got the problem of Mike Casey on his head down the back straight now. There's a car on the wall in the background. That might have been Diggs, I would say. And now they're going 3 abreast, those Mealy, Goonan and Diggs in the back. Side by side is Casey and Glusky for third position. Coming down into the chicane, big heavy braking opportunity for it, and they give each other plenty of space, but it is Casey who will come out on top in that little battle. Oh, there's been a spin, and that is Kelly and Oates who have been involved down at the hairpin. So a big move coming in, and sounded not very well at all. This is going to be an interesting battle. Glusky down the inside of the championship leader, Mike Casey. Anything going to come of it? Not yet. Decides to back out. Might have a go down at the chicane here. It is a very fast and open chicane, and there's not much chance to take an alternative line, so it can be difficult to get through there. Cale Diggs has had an incident further back, and so has Kelly, so he's well off into the wall down at turn number 2. And just spinning around trying to get going again, with Diggs also passing by. Bramley, Williams, Casey and Glusky are the top 4, and as I predicted, they are starting to build a bit of a gap to the next cars, who are Oates, Goonan, Mealy, Diggs and Kelly. So 3 distinct groups starting to form. Allows some really close racing, these slower, lower power cars. Not much aero on them either, so cars can get really close to one another. They can take a bit of a beating. Bramley puts in the fast lap. Mike Casey beats it with a 1:23.898 on lap 3 of this, the round 3 of the HQ Holdens. motoring up the back straight, and I suppose these guys will be kind of glad the chicane is here to give them something to do. Still allows for some big moves in these cars, so there's not much faster you can get. Right, up the back is Mike Casey, and he can, well, he managed to use his braking prowess into the chicane and might have a crack here. Has actually hit the back of Williams and served him up again, and round goes Williams. So I think I remember something similar happening at Morgan Park between those two, and the favour has been returned. Williams is down in 6th position now with Goonan passing him, and Oates is up into 4th. Now Casey is having a crack at Glusky as well. We'll see if he uses a bit of a cleaner tactic. No, he does. It's right in the back again, but it's this time it's Casey that loses out. Glusky looks very quick into there. Yeah, he's gone. Oh, slid it all the way through there and is still sliding. And Casey gives him another bump. Coming up the back straight here. Now down to the chicane. Can he find a way past? Hopefully cleanly. Williams has gotten past Goonan in the meantime. This is your championship leader. Bramley is starting to run away with it a bit. 4.3 seconds, especially with the way that these guys are battling further back. There's another big chance if you can get up in the slipstream. I'm not sure how powerful the slipstream is in one of these cars. I don't imagine it'll be too powerful, but nonetheless, it is a tool you can use. But over the curbs, and now out of turn number 4. And off the road there a little bit was Glusky, and he's going to try and move over on Casey and cover a little bit, but won't be able to move over much further. Stop moving, please, for the love of God. They make contact in the middle. Still side by side, and now Glusky's in the wall. So they kept bumping all the way down the straight, and Glusky was the loser out of it, and he's down in 6th with Goonan, Williams and Oates past. So it's usually round 3 when the driving is the least clean, I find. Bramley's still got the lead, 5.7 seconds. We'll see if Casey can track him down, although we'll also see if there's any penalties coming his way. On this Sunday night's HQ racing, don't forget, 7:30 tonight we'll have the V8 Supercars there, the second last round of the regular season. Have I lost all my sound? No, I haven't. Now this is the battle to watch. So, quite a train of cars here. There goes Casey. Here's Oates, Williams, Goonan and Glusky. And Glusky right the slipstream here. Pulls alongside. He's going to have a crack up the inside. And has he got it? No, not quite. It's that was it. Nearly come across the nose of Goonan there. But Glusky will make the move there. We'll see if Goonan can have another go down into the hairpin. He's certainly moved across, goes for the big dive bomb and makes it stick just about. Glusky might have slightly better drive out of the hairpin though. this roller coaster. Ooh, fair bit of wheel spin. I think he got up onto the curb, did Goonan. You could hear it. And Glusky's now going to pull alongside. Oh, a little bit of a lag bubble. Fantastic. That's the last thing you need right now. And Glusky up the inside. They're going to make contact, in fact. And both spin around down at turn 1. So, Glusky and Goonan battling over 5th place. And you can see Mealy's going to take advantage of it. Mealy's been clean this race. He started from the back. And he's just picking up positions on the fact that he's staying clean. But those two managed to get together again. Or again, there's another incident on a nearly flat out part of the track. The earlier one absolutely should not have happened on the back straight here between Casey and Glusky. And this one, it probably shouldn't have happened either. No, we've not done stewards also. It's been a slight mess. It was a slowing car of Glusky, wasn't it? So, yeah, I think he's given the position back. Goonan has lost a position and plenty of time. I'm not sure how much. Extra position will help. Keep an eye on Oates and Williams at the same time. Now side by side through Dunlop corner and the last corner on the track. Lots of bumps in the middle of the road through there. They're still... Oh, no, it's not going to happen again, is it? Side by side coming down into turn 1. And Goonan this time gives him plenty of space. And he's got plenty of space behind him as well. Goonan overdrove it down into the second corner. But they managed to get out of there. Alright, this time Kelly now on the back of these guys. Keep an eye on Oates and Williams here. Is there a move coming? You can see Williams there in the background, car number 28. In the slipstream here. With only a few laps left to go in this one. Bramley leads the way by 5 seconds now. Oh, they've made contact again, so there's some more contact. Williams and Oates this time, and Oates loses out. He's in 4th. These guys are really not keeping it clean tonight. Glusky makes a move past Kelly at least, and that was appeared to have been done cleanly. Diggs is in the back of it as well. And across the chicane, across the grass. Jaden Glusky up front. Jared Kelly now alongside, and Cale Diggs has got the perfect view. If anything kicks off between these two, then Diggs is going to pick up 2 positions pretty easily. Lots of gaps forming between the cars. This is the only cars that are really too close. Side by side, these two again. That was a lot of curb for the Kmart Holden of Kelly. And it's lost him the position, it seems. So Glusky, currently in 7th, will Watch them as they come through the first corner. With Kelly just trying to hang on the back of that. Lap 10 of 12. So still a while to go. Oh, not more to go, but anything's a while in these guys. What am I saying? This is Craig Mealy and Nick Goonan. We're on the last lap of the race now. So these guys can come across the line. So this is over 5th place. Craig Mealy's had quite a good race, largely courtesy of staying out of trouble. As Goonan is now hunting him down. Side by side they run. Mealy has the right of way through the chicane. And now on the back straight. Could be on for a move here. Yeah, runs alongside. Tim Bramley is going to win the race, but well, this race for 5th place isn't over yet. Goonan goes the big dive up the inside. And he's got it. Oh, Williams and Casey swapping positions. Is Casey slowing? Now, what is that about? Wonder if he's run out of fuel. Bramley has won the race, and then Ronald Williams in 2nd position. And well done to them for that. And Mike Casey just dribbles across the line. He might be out of fuel. Maybe just about. Oates in 4th, and then Goonan is going to prevail over Craig Mealy. In the back there you can see Glusky and Kelly coming across 7th and 8th. And a big slide in from Glusky. And then Cale Diggs comes across last full 9th position. 5 seconds behind. So that is the end of race 1. We'll come back with race 2 very shortly. Well done to Bramley. He's going to win that race. He will start from the back next time. That's a pretty good looking car, isn't it? Oh, that little saying on the back. Okay. we'll run you through that race order once more. Just Bramley, Williams, Casey, Oates, Goonan, Mealy, and then Glusky, Kelly, and Diggs. So that's your 9 for that one. And then the grid for the next race will be, well, Diggs, Kelly, Glusky, Mealy, Goonan, Oates, Casey, Williams, and Bramley. There you are. I'll be back shortly with race number 2. Well, the last race was 17 minutes long. I suspect this one might be a little bit longer. Slowest cars at the back, fastest at the front. Nope, the other way around, sorry. Oh, please, send help, honestly. Slowest cars at the front, fastest cars at the back, based on the finishing order of the last race. So that is the reverse grid format. So you can see the car there on the right hand side at the very front is Cale Diggs, and he will lead them, well, he'll lead them off the start line. I was going to say into turn 1. We'll see what happens if second place man Jared Kelly can jump him into turn 1. As the lights are ready to come on now. It is not the final lap. Let's get rid of that as well. Underway for the second race of HQ Holdens at Pukekohe Park. Look who's running right through the middle. Jaden Glusky has got a perfect start, and he is through into the lead, rubbing side by side in the middle there. I think that might be Williams. And I can't recognise the other car. Now, up and over the chicane, is there going to be any tomfoolery? I think they're all alright. Two cars side by side at the very back. That is Mealy and Casey. down into the chicane for the first time. There's lots of cars going for overtakes. There goes Goonan past, Diggs past Goonan. And Casey is off and round to the back of the field. That's our, up until last race, championship leader. See if that changes. Another big lunge. So, running wide there was Diggs and trying to take advantage. I think it might have been Williams. Ended up running into him. So, up and over to complete lap 1 of this Glusky, who leads from Kelly, Goonan, Williams, Bramley, Oates, Mealy, Casey and Diggs. That is your 9s at the moment. 2 laps into this 12-lapper. Down towards the first series of bends. They're all pretty much line of stern. There's a big gap back to Mike Casey and Cale Diggs, who have both had incidents further back. Here's Casey now, and there's Diggs behind him. Oates hitting the horn, trying to get past Bramley, and moves to the right and then back to the left. We'll have a go around the outside. There's a car in front as well of Williams. He's got to be careful of. Bramley tries to stay with him, and he's going to have a chance to go back towards the hairpin. Is there a dive incoming? No, he thinks better of it, so we're just happy to stick in 6th there for now. See if move gets done later on. Goonan currently in 3rd. You can see him right on the back of Kelly, Jared Kelly. Jaden Glusky continues to lead the HQ Holdens' 2nd race of Pukekohe. Nick Goonan is... Ooh, that car disappeared. Okay, so Kelly's car disappeared. Nick Goonan put in the fast laps, been beaten by Mike Casey, who's at the very back of the field in clean air. And Goonan somehow gets past Kelly with a flashing car ahead of him. So, up into 2nd place for him now. He's on board with Tim Bramley, who's sitting in 6th place. He won't live there, I'm sure. Because Oates isn't far ahead of him, even closer now. Williams looking on Kelly, who's looking on Goonan, and the car's all line of stern. We'll have some chances to overtake one another. Coming up and over a little crest here. And down through the final corner. Car's deciding it's not really necessary to use that little bit of tarmac made available to them. Kelly's really close to Goonan. You can see him up front. Running very wide there was Oates. And now he's having trouble getting it pulled up for the chicane. Williams hounding the back of Kelly all of a sudden. So a mistake from Kelly perhaps. View behind Ronald Williams, and we'll actually use the view behind Casey because you can see these cars all up behind one another. Oates is right on the... Bramley is right on the back of Oates. Through that hairpin, and gap's opening up just a tiny bit now. Oates looks to have the Advantage on Williams, 0.3 of a second separate those two, but you can see how close it is on track. Running a little bit wide there was Jared Kelly, and you can see Williams is taking advantage of that. He's on the outside though, so I don't imagine he'd be able to make a move from here. He can stay right up behind him and crack up the inside. I think that was Kelly lagging back a bit. He's having a couple of ping issues, 72 at the moment. Too bad, but it is noticeable sometimes. Williams takes the position, and because Kelly was forced out so wide, Oates is trying to take advantage of it. He doesn't get through completely unscathed. A little bit of a tap through the chicane on the way through, but nevertheless it is Glusky, Goonan, Williams, Oates, Kelly, Bramley, and then Casey, Mealy and Diggs. That's your 9 at the moment. This is race 2, the HQ Holden Development Series at Pukekohe Park. The reverse grid race. It's race 6 of the championship. And next week we're at Wakefield Park. Up the inside and giving him a tap, and taps him again, does Kelly. And Oates has gone round. A little bit of caught in the crossfire a bit there was... Who was it? There's another car off to the side, I'm sure. Might have been Bramley. But he's got through alright. Oates is now down in 8th, and a bit of a frustrating round for him at the moment, as they come up towards the final sequence of corners. 2 big long sweepers, one after the other. So Oates now down in 8th, and then Bramley promoted into 4th, Kelly in 5th. Stuart's going to be quite busy Wednesday night with V8 Supercars as well, I'm sure. Across the line, lap 7 of 12. So 7:30 tonight, about a bit over half an hour from now, is qualifying for the feature of the night, which is the V8 Supercars Championship. Only a couple of rounds to go. It's the 3rd last round. We've got Newcastle in 2 weeks, and then Bathurst on October 2nd. So that'll round out the championship. And a good way to end the year as well.
Hello, race director.
Yep, go ahead.
Oh, there is none yet.
There's a little bit of an insight into the race directing job. I'm doubling up and doing. Oates down the inside of Mealy. And yeah, he's got it. So 7th place for Oates, and trying to redeem himself after a couple of incidents earlier. say redeem himself. I don't think that was his fault earlier, but anyway. His next car is Casey, about 6 seconds up the road, who is trying to get past Kelly as well, the Kmart car, Kmart Tire and Auto Service, which I don't think exists anymore. Now running a bit wide was Kelly there, and Casey's going to take advantage of it, running side to side up through these sweepers. It's going to be tricky. Bounces off the curb, and now Kelly into the wall. So they couldn't make it through there cleanly. Side by side. Kelly grabbed the curb, it pushed him out into Casey, and Kelly ended up worse off out of it. So, but unfortunate, 6th place for him. Oates is going to try and get past him again, it seems, in just a moment. Decent number of people watching tonight, I appreciate it. Make sure you stick around for the V8s later. There'll be better commentary. Glusky continues to lead the race, lap 10 of 12 here, and we're close to wrapping things up. And we're going to get it done in an hour. Fantastic. Just 2.5 laps to go for Jaden Glusky, and he'll be able to pick up a win here. 6 seconds to Goonan. Leaders kind of run away with it the last of these 2 races. Bramley as well, so clearly some of these guys are quite good at finding a rhythm. Bramley's still stuck in 4th, 4.3 seconds away from Williams. He dominated the first race, remember that. And it's also the debut night for him, so. You're watching Justin Oates at the moment have a go at Jared Kelly. 1.7 seconds separate those two. I'll tell you where it's actually closer, Williams and Goonan. So Goonan might have made a mistake somewhere, because he is got Ronald Williams well in his rear view mirror now and gaining fast. Down to the chicane, right, and back to the left. Fiddly little chicane, particularly in the faster V8s, but the HQs it doesn't matter as much because of how low power it is. They are. I can manoeuvre those slower corners a bit better. Now coming up to the last sequence of corners. See the pit lane entry on the right hand side. No need for pit stops in these races.
Yeah, Rod, if you're trying to talk to me, I'm back here now.
Did you want to ask something? Or?
No, I just seen your name up on the whisper box.
Oh no, it's just whispering to everyone. Last lap for Jaden Glusky. First place in this one. Is this his first win? There's a lot of new winners, of course, in this series. With essentially a brand new lineup for VRL.
How these guys are getting some of their times out of me.
Jaden Glusky is coming round to the hairpin, and he's going to, all things going well, he's going to win this one. And yeah, it will be his first win, because it was Ben Simpson, Mike Casey, and a couple of others. Ronald Williams and Tim and Bramley have won races in the past, and now Jared Glusky becomes the newest winner. 5th different winner in 6 races. So there's something to be said for this series. Jaden Glusky wins the race, and Ronald Williams comes second. Nick Goonan third, and then Bramley in 4th. Mike Casey is behind in 5th, and Jared Kelly has Justin Oates to... No, he's finished as well. 9/10 of a second between those two. Then goes Mealy and Diggs to round out this 9. That is the end of the HQ Holdens, the development series. We're back here... We're back here at 7:30 for the V8 Supercars Championship. That'll kick off with 2 qualifying sessions and then 2 races all the way through till 9:30 tonight. So plenty of racing to come on Velocity Racing League. Make sure you subscribe, keep up with all of it. Next race for the HQ Holdens at Wakefield Park, which is in 1 week from now. So we'll see you then for that. But in the meantime, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you tonight for the V8 Supercars in about half an hour. Bye for now.